ahead and go over these two problems for the warm-up. So like I said before, you need to make sure you're paying very close attention to the wording in here. For problem number 1, it says suppose there are 20 questions on a test. 20 questions on a test, does that represent a part or a whole? A whole, right? That's the entirety of the test, so I know that this is going to be considered the whole. If 25% of the answers are choice B, I want to know how many questions on the test are not choice B. So am I going to use 25%? 25% of the answers are choice B, but I want to know how many questions are not choice B. Is 25% going to be used in my proportion? Yes or no? How many think it's yes? Raise your hand if you think yes, I'm going to use 25% in my proportion. How many say no? Okay, why do you say no? Why am I not using 25%? Somebody dictate that to me. EJ? Who else raised their hand then? Come on, guys, you got to learn how to verbalize this. Why? You're correct. Let me just throw that out there first. If that makes you feel any better. Yes, you're correct. I am not using 25% as my percentage. Now, why am I not using 25% as my percentage, EJ? No, that's not the reason. So read the statement again. 25% of the answers are choice B. How many questions on the test are not choice B? Angel. There you go. If I use 25% as my percentage, that's going to give me how many questions are choice B. But I want it to not be choice B. That's the key thing. I want to know how many are not. Okay, so if 25% of the answers are choice B, how do I figure out the percentage that is not choice B? What do you think, Angel? Very good. You'll take 100 and subtract 25. 100 is the highest percentage. So a test is out of 100%. If 25% are going to be choice B, we're going to subtract that from 100, and that means that 75% are not choice B. So the first thing you need to figure out is the percentage that's not choice B. 25% is B. So what I need to do is take 100% and subtract that 25%, and that's going to give me 75% that's not B. 75% is not B, and that's the percentage that we want to use. That's the percentage that we're going to want to use. Now remember, when we're working problems like this out, we're going to work it out as the part over the whole, and that's going to be equal to the percentage over 100. Part over whole equals a percentage over 100. So when we're setting this up, we do not know the part. That's what's missing. How many questions on the test are not choice B? That's only a part of the test. That's going to be our X. Okay? How many questions on the test are not choice B? That's the part. The whole is the entire test. That's 20 questions. That represents the entire test. And just like we found right here, our percentage is going to be 75. That's going to be our percentage. So now from here, we can go ahead and set the problem up. Like I said before, you're setting it up as part over whole equals percent over 100. So we're going to put X over 20 equals 75 over 100. X over 20 equals 75 over 100. Then from there, we can do the cross product like we learned how to do last semester to solve proportions. We're just going to go ahead and multiply the diagonals. So we're going to multiply x times 100. That's going to give us 100x. Then we're going to multiply 20 times 75, and that's going to give us 1,500. From here, we would solve by dividing both sides by 100. And we'll get x is going to be equal to 15. So that means there's 15 questions that are not answer choice B. That's 15 questions that are not B. Okay, for problem number 2, Marcus earned $800 mowing lawns this month. Of his earnings, he plans to spend 18% repairing lawn equipment. He's going to put 20% into savings, and then he's going to use 35% to work on his truck. The rest of his money is then going to go towards his college fund. We want to know how much money is he putting into his college fund. Guys, this is a very common tool, a very common concept that you as adults will be using. When you guys make money, you have to budget out how much of your income is going to go towards certain things. You're going to be allotting a percentage. And in fact, they recommend that you spend no more than 30% of your monthly income on a mortgage or on rent. You shouldn't be spending any more than 30%. So 30% for some people is going to be a little bit. 30% for some people might be a lot. So you have to know what your monthly income is, and then you have to know how to split it up into percentages to know, are you overspending or are you underspending? So it's really important that you understand how to break up a budget by percentages. This is a very common concept, a real life concept, okay? All right, so Marcus, again, he earned $800. $800 that he has earned, that's going to be his total. Okay, that's his monthly earnings. This right here is his total, so that's going to be the whole for the problem. So right off the bat, I know that the whole is going to be $800. So I'm going to put 800 for whole. Now, of his earnings, he plans to spend 18% repairing lawn equipment, 20% saving, putting money into savings, 35% to work on his truck, and then the rest of it is going to go into the college fund. So to figure out what percentage goes into the college fund, I just need to take each one of these percentages and subtract it from 100%. If I take 100% and subtract 18%, and I subtract 20%, and I subtract 35%, then that's going to leave me with 27% for college. 27% of his monthly income is going to go into his college fund. So then right down here, I'm going to go ahead and put down my percentage that I'm going to use is 27%. Now, I don't want to know what percentage. I want to know how much money is he actually going to invest into his college fund. That's the part. He's only putting a portion of his money away for college. He's not putting everything away because you can't physically do that. Okay, you have to pay off your necessities first before you can start saving for other things. So the part is what's missing. How much money is going into college fund? That's the part of his total income. That's what's missing. Okay, so now that we've got that information, we can set it up. Part over whole, so x over 800 equals the percent over 100. That's 27 over 100. X over 800 equals 27 over 100. Then we do the cross product. We're going to multiply x times 100. That's going to give us 100x. Then we're going to multiply 800 times 27. That's going to give us 21,600. And then all you have to do is divide it by 100. And he's going to save $216 for college that month. Okay, notice I'm putting it back into context. I'm not just saying a number, I'm letting you know what that number represents. It's not just 216, it's $216 for his college fund. Relate it back to the question. Any questions? Angel? You subtracted that from 800? Uh-huh. 216. Yeah, that's another way that you could do it. There's two different ways that you could do it. It's the same thing for up here. Up here, you could have used 25%. You could have done x over 20 equals 25% over 100, and then you would have gotten 5, and then you could have taken 5 away from the 20 to get the 15 questions. And then same thing down here. What Angel was saying is she added 18 and 20 and 35 together to get 73%. And she did x over 800 equals 73 over 100. And then she worked that out and got, you get 584? Yeah, 584. And then she subtracted 584 away from 800 to see what was remaining. You can do that as well. Those are two different methods to doing it. Okay? Any other questions? All right, so for those of you who did not turn in your pink percent proportion assignment, you're going to work on that now. You need to make sure you get it done before class ends. The rest of you, you're going to log on to Google Classroom, and you're going to click on the 3 IXL links. Now, hold on, but stop moving for just a second because I want to show you one thing real quick.